yet they were banned unfairly from the sport that they love and we love to watch them play. Does that mean that we should also continue to punish the innocent in the same way because other innocent people were punished as well?
No.
No. So then the system is messed up.
Yes.
And so the problem here is that if Sinner has been found to be proven innocent, by all means, he's been proven innocent. And on the other hand, we also know from all the medical experts and doctors out there that this amount of negligible cluster ball that was in his system will do absolutely nothing for his performance.
This is something that really frustrated me. I really got upset about this, which is Wawrinka not getting the wild card to play the Doha tournament, Doha Open. What in the world is that? He's playing qualies. You're letting a 3-time Grand Slam champion to go grind in qualies. He's playing round 1 qualies.
Yeah, you know, it's an awesome story the way, and it's a tough story. It just shows you how sports, like you can see when someone goes through trials and tribulations and they come back. She lost her dad, and her dad was a big part of her life, and the way that she's been able to come back. And then she struggled with tennis for a bit and couldn't find her purpose, took a break. I think she was interested in art for a bit. She was painting and doing different things. Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast. An epic week of tennis just took place. We have so many amazing champions, some interesting storylines, and we have some spicy stuff going on in the tennis world. But we're going to start off with the champions and the one and only Joao Fonseca. Ismaeel, your man, won in Buenos Aires. Go ahead.
It's amazing. He's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting player in sports. Wow, Joao Fonseca.
It wasn't Alcaraz? It's over now? We moved on?
Fonseca is really almost surpassing him right now. He's at least on his level. It's amazing. I am loving every second of watching him. It's so captivating. Just the number of winners he hit all throughout this week is insane. He's smacking winners off the forehand, off the backhand. What an unbelievable run. He took down 4 Argentinians in Argentina in front of their home crowd.
And they have some amazing home crowds.
And they have an amazing fan base.
Yeah.
And they were all for their guys. They were so respectful and cheering on Joao. Joao also had supporters.
Joao had awesome support by them.
The atmosphere was electric every time he stepped on the court.
Yeah.
And the way he came through in the finals was amazing. This dude is so clutch. He just rises to the occasion. He just plays, like, whenever there are more important points, he just plays 10,000 times better. He just, like, immediately
10,000 times harder
his
too.
level. He hits harder. He goes for more, and he makes those shots. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. He came back from he was down match points in the semis, and he hit one of the nastiest backhand down the line winners I've ever seen in my life on match point. The courage to just rip it. I swear, I feel like his shots, it's like a slider. When he goes down the line, it's just like going straight and then it's sliding out also. It's amazing. His shots are amazing. He's so clutch. And the way I thought in the final, because he got injured in the semis and he was hurt in the fatigue. And,
I thought it was over.
I thought
5-3 up and lost 7-5.
He lost 7-5, thought it was over. No, he came back 1-6-1 in the final set. Unbelievable level he showed in that final set. And guts and courage. And then in the final, I thought he's run out of fatigue. He's run out of the gas. Surely, like, Cerundolo is a special clay court player. Cerundolo took Djokovic to 5 last year in Roland Garros. Cerundolo just took out Zverev. Cerundolo is a player. And he took him out. He took him out in 2 sets.
He took him out solid.
He played amazing. He played amazing. And he played also the level he showed in that tiebreak to just seal it. Unbelievable guts, power, charisma, mental fortitude. I love everything about Fonseca, and I cannot get enough.
My friends, this is a married man, but I think he's in love with Joao Fonseca.
Fonseca is the most important thing in my life.
And
right
I
now.
can vouch for all this. And every single point Joao Fonseca wins, he's like, wow.
It is wow.
You might be the biggest fan of, maybe more than his parents, by the way.
I am so invested in Joao, man. I love Joao.
Haroon, what do you think of Joao?
The dude's awesome. But I'm just I keep getting annoyed from how much Ismaeel's overhyping Fonseca. I like him.
I'm sorry, I can't help myself, guys.
Like he's almost making me want to start criticizing Fonseca and just like going detail. Oh no, actually he's not as good as you think he is. But the dude's a baller. He deserves a lot of credit. Keep in mind also he's still 18 years old and he's doing this. He's welcome also his first title. Awesome stuff. He beats Cerundolo in the final. Great stuff. However, if you want to break down his road as well and how amazing was this title run, it was cool because he beat a lot of Argentinians in front of their home crowd and he was down in a few matches, down match point and whatever. So that was great. It's nice to see. It's also see that he's mentally capable of winning such type of matches and we have now a big player. We have a star with us that is, starting to be a little bit more consistent on tour. But I don't agree with Ismaeel's hype. He's still this tournament that he played doesn't deserve the hype Ismaeel gave it. But the dude's a baller and welcome to
It's a 250 at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But we have to give credit where credit's due because the last person to beat four Argentinians on his way to a tournament in Argentina was Rafael Nadal.
So you just basically called Joao Fonseca a goat?
It's not. That's
the thing, Haroon. That's the thing, Haroon. He hypes up Joao Fonseca so much, so whenever we want to calm it down,
exactly.
It comes off as if we hate Joao Fonseca, which is not the truth
Then
whatsoever.
just join the hype.
No, but like also at the same time, again, this is me. I promise you guys, I do not hate Joao Fonseca, but like he forced himself into those situations where you have to be clutch. Like when you're up and then you have to force a decider, that's on you, my friend. You're winning, you're serving for the match. So we saw many things.
He served for the match twice.
Yeah, like that in the final, he was serving for the match. Also in the last match, like he pushes these matches to longer than they should go. Fair. But do I love him? I love him. 18 years old, he's winning ATP 250. Won ATP 250. So many guys haven't even been able to do that. Like so, I love everything. We have a champion from Brazil. We have a guy who's a superstar from a big country and they love their tennis. I can't wait to see what happens in Rio next week. So,
Rio is electric.
Andy Murray's coming out and saying, I can't wait for the first Alcaraz Fonseca match.
It's going to be lightning.
From your mouth to God's ears, my friend, Sir Andy. Yes, we do want to see that. And this is amazing for the tour to have a new star that's shining. And it's lovely to see. I want it. Let's see. Let's keep it going.
We also want to see what it's going to be like with the Laver Cup.
Can recover in time for hope his body can recover in time.
Imagine that, Haroon. Team World against Team Europe. And
fine,
like Fonseca on one side, Alcaraz on the other.
It's gonna be awesome.
Thirsty for non-European.
Roger Federer just found his Team World star. He's an on guy.
He
probably knew that was coming.
He better load that truck up, baby.
It's coming.
Boy's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
He hit the jackpot there. Alcaraz versus Fonseca, Team World versus Team Europe.
We can talk about Fonseca all night long though, but we have a few other amazing champions. Next up, we have in Marseille, the one and only Hugo Humbert coming back and winning this tournament yet again. He owns this tournament right now. How many is that? 3 now? That's 3 Marseille Open titles. So, Haroon, you picked him to win it, my friend. So,
yes,
I'm going to let you go.
Yes, my friend. Back-to-back champion. Dude's a beast. Again, granted though, he did play in front of his home crowd, so he is comfortable in front of his fans. But still, solid stuff. Love to see Humbert. Love to see Humbert progressing and getting some more wins under his belt. And I want to see him do more. I love it. I was so confident in this pick because I love Humbert. I love everything he's about. And just, so happy for him.
He's lost some fans over the past few weeks and months with some weird shenanigans with what happened in the remember when he was it the semifinals against Khachanov when he was cheering himself on in Paris.
Oh yeah.
But after he apologized, he said he didn't realize that Khachanov was injured.
I'm a fan of Humbert because also he's repping us around the lefties.
Yeah, and he's also a great pianist.
But he's a man of many talents.
So,
what did you think of Humbert's run?
I think it's awesome. I think he's maturing into a much more composed, savvy player. He's much more consistent than what he was earlier in his career. His serving is a real problem to handle. Medvedev was really struggling in that final with his serve. And many players have struggled with his serve. Fonseca in the Davis Cup struggled with his serve. So it's become a major weapon. He likes the fast hard. He loves playing in front of the home crowd.
That nasty lefty slice.
Nasty lefty slice. He has that short backswing that can really take advantage of that fast hard court. It's impressive, his form.
But do you think we have, no, let's not get into this now. We're going to get into the overreactions or not. You guys wait for it. But I'm loving it. He's up to 14 now in the rankings. So he's looking good.
You're looking very good.
And also, I want to know this. I talked about this before, but I want to talk about this again. This guy was outside the top 100 2 years ago, and we know how hard it is to make his way back. He's not only made his way back, he's back in the top 15 consistently, winning tournaments. So massive respect to Ugo Humbert.
Massive respect, and he's a player who can play on all surfaces now.
Yes,
so we have to watch
he's won a 500 on grass. He's
and you need also a good French player because you need somebody to show up on in those big slams and those big tournaments.
Yeah.
So we need a good French player.
Yeah. He's leading the way so far. Well, next up, we need to talk about this amazing woman in Doha, the one and only Amanda Anisimova. Won the WTA 1000 title there. An amazing comeback story, an amazing story overall. Who wants to take it away? Haroon, let me start with you.
Awesome. It's awesome. She faced a lot of people throughout the way. She beat Badosa, and it's like I was so inspired. Her comeback story is awesome, and also the way she beat Ostapenko, who also beat Iga. It's awesome stuff. It's awesome to see. That's the nice, inspiring things you see from the women's side, and nobody's out of it. Everybody can come back and do some great stuff. So I'm looking forward to see also what she does more on tour. Yeah, so awesome to see. Great, good job for her, and well done.
Yeah, it's an awesome story. The way and it's a tough story, and it just shows you how sports. You can see when someone goes through trials and tribulations and they come back. She lost her dad, and her dad was a big part of her life, and the way that she's been able to come back. And then she struggled with tennis for a bit and couldn't find her purpose. Took a break. I think she was interested in art for a bit. She was painting and doing different things. Now here she is winning 1000s. And then in this tournament, just playing amazing tennis. You take down Kostyuk, who played awesome. And you took Kostyuk, who beat Goff. And then Alexandrova, who beat Pegula, who beat Sabalenka, and Azarenka in the first round, and then Ostapenko, who beat Swiatek. So anyone who beat a big player and then okay, maybe this person's gonna go on a magical run, she's like, nope, I'm taking care of this, winning her biggest title of her career. It's awesome to see. Ismaeel, what do you think of it?
Oh man, this is why we love sports and why we love tennis. The way she has bounced back from such adversity in her career is so awe-inspiring, and I love to see it. And I didn't know her backstory, that she was gone from tennis because of the passing away of her father and feeling burnt out. I just knew that she wasn't around as much. And
thing is, whenever she would play Grand Slams, she's always she's gonna cause problems. And then she just
her tennis is awesome.
Yeah.
She plays big, and she's a big character on court. And when I saw her down Badosa, I thought, wow, that was an impressive level. Badosa's also in form. It's not like Badosa's coming off bad tournaments. That was an impressive win, and I just had the feeling that
Bagel Fernandez, huh?
Yeah, Bagel Fernandez. She had the type of composure that I was like, wow, this looks like a top player. I didn't expect her to win the tournament. I just knew that she's very calm, composed, and playing excellent. I loved her body language. I loved her joy. I loved the reaction when she won the tournament. So happy to see it.
Lots of different comeback stories in women's tennis this year.
Amazing.
Right? We have Madison Keys. She's winning her first slam. Then we had Bencic making her comeback and winning.
Svitolina as well, coming back from pregnancy. This is awesome. Awesome. WTA is just giving us more and more stories.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good luck to her in Dubai. Let's see what she does there.
Let's see.
Last but not least, in Delray Beach, Ismaeel, we have Miomir Kecmanovic coming up clutch from 5-2 down in the final set against ADF, winning the tournament. What do you think of his win?
I mean, he's showing that he's coming into form. Last year, he was really off the grid. When we thought he was going to do some better stuff. And impressive to see. He's had a couple of good results here.
Both guys playing amazing tennis this year.
Both guys coming back to the scene because they were not here last year.
Yeah, but Haroon, what do you think of that Kecmanovic win?
I love Miomir Kecmanovic, by the way. The guy has great the guy has great tennis. He's solid, and it's nice to watch him play. By the way, and it's nice.
Former junior world #1.
Yeah, and it's nice to root for him also because he's a humble guy and he just wants to grind out. And he's very professional and respectful, and it's nice to see also that he's making finals and winning tournaments. Well, finally he's won his second tournament. The last tournament he won was in 2020, so it's nice to add that to the stack, add that to the shelf. Great job. I love to see Miomir Kecmanovic win. I like to see people I support win. I'm happy for him, and I hope he does more great things this year. I hope it's his year. Yeah.
Looks like this.
Yeah. No. I ever since that match against Holger Rune in Australia, and I'm watching him, and he's playing amazing, and he beat Hurkacz also. So he's shown signs of, okay, I'm on my way back, because he was on his way to the top 15, if I'm not mistaken. So Kecmanovic playing good tennis. Taking that, I'm a big Davidovich Fokina fan. I saw him becoming a top 10 player in when he made that Monte Carlo final. Like maybe, but didn't happen. I thought he's like maybe take a Casper Ruud route in your schedule. But hats off to Kecmanovic. Big fan of him also, and that was impressive to see that comeback.
Both players are playing to the level we thought they could play, and they're having a great start to the season, and we like to see that.
Long may it rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, we need to talk about the most shocking news in the sports world, if not just the tennis world. Yeah. Jannik Sinner has been banned for 3 months by WADA. Yeah. Yousef, thoughts on this messy situation?
It's a settlement. They agreed to a settlement. So, I've been, ever since this thing came out, I tried to read as much as I could, also see different opinions, see both sides, see the people that support Jannik unconditionally, the people that maybe hate on Jannik unconditionally also. And it's tough. I think this entire, the entire doping system is messed up, and it's been messed up for a long, long time. This thing of guilty till proven innocent, we've talked about this before. In this situation, though, but you have to talk about this situation. It's a quite unique. Like, I know there's so many things to get into within the specifics. One thing I do want to talk about is the fact that they reached the settlement, and the ban happens now, and it ends before Rome. So he's going to be able to come back for the Masters title within his country. He's not going to miss any Grand Slams. I don't know what this means. I don't know, since when I've never heard of a settlement when it comes to all these doping issues. And I feel so bad for people like Simona Halep, for Nico Yari, for Beatrice Haddad Maya, all these different players that had to go through all this. Yimmer also missing tests, not even testing positive. Yeah. Dan Evans, all these different guys. I feel bad for them. So where's justice for them? Simona Halep just retired, by the way. She retired. They took away, God knows how much money they took away from that amazing tennis player. And also, she was an amazing ambassador for the sport. And you taint it. But so Jannik Sinner, I know, I don't think whatsoever he was trying to dope, and I do not think it affected his game. But I do think that it's going to taint his career in a way. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be considered to many people, you did test positive. So I think it's a very messy situation, and I hate that this is how it ended. I'm happy that it's over, but I do want to, something that Daniil Medvedev said, okay, fine, if we're going to have discussions now after things like this happen, and we're going to go back and, you're giving me a 2-month ban, and then let's have, fine, we're going to have settlement talks, and we might reach a happy medium. If that's the case for everyone going forward, then that's amazing. But if that's not the case, then there's something wrong with this entire system, because we need to treat everyone fairly. And this means that we are not treating everyone fairly, and this is preferential treatment. But those are my thoughts.
Haroon, any thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. Don't hate the player, hate the game, or hate the system. Like this,
I agree.
The system is horrible.
It is the system.
There's a lot of hypocrisy and double standards there, and it's showing that it's easy to pick on the small guy, the guy that doesn't have a lot of money to fight back, doesn't have lawyers, doesn't have a big team. Easy. That guy gets banned for X amount of months. This guy gets banned for X amount of years. Oh yeah, he's not important to the sport. Who cares? We don't need him in the sport. But then, when you get people like Ego and you get people like Sinner, then they start to feel like, 3 months is more than enough for doping, when some people missing tests get years of ban, which is super, disgusting and ugly and so bad that's worse for the sport, and how they're not evaluating everybody the same, they're not treating everybody the same, and then that just makes the whole sport tainted, and you don't look at tennis anymore with a clean with a clean lens, and now you think that maybe that person,
as Wawrinka said,
it's not a clean sport anymore, and maybe, and I don't think Sinner, by the way, doped on purpose, and I don't think that like you said, it really affected him anyway. But it's his whole case is weird, and the fact that he just got 3 months, and it's also pretty convenient that just in time to play the slam, and he's not missing any slams, and it's he's gonna take 3 months off, maybe vacation and practice, and get a mini off season within the season. So it's pretty weird, and that's not how things are supposed to be. And all the people are outraged, like Kyrgios and other people, and
rightfully so.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
People,
I don't understand people that are like, why are you outraged? They have every right to be.
Yeah, of course.
There's something messed up with the system.
So who's that player that got asked to do a test mid-match? I can't remember who it was. What was it? Mickelson? I'm not sure, but somebody got
in the next gen finals.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was.
Jakob Menchik. Jakob Menchik has got super weird. Like really? Come on! That's super. The whole system. Every time I hear stories about how they manage the doping scenario and all that, it's super weird and sometimes super aggressive, and then it's super laid back with other players. So I don't know what you think, Ismaeel. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, here's what I know. First of all, I hate to have to be talking about this. I'd rather be talking about tennis than about drama, about this doping fiasco. I think, and shout out to
the world number one.
Yeah, shout out to the tennis letter, because I really like the opinion they put out, which is, if we are unhappy about how players got treated before by WADA and by these whole doping cases, like Simona Halep, like Beatriz Haddad-Maia, like Yemmer, like others. And they were proven to be innocent, yet they were banned unfairly from the sport that they love and we love to watch them play. Does that mean that we should also continue to punish the innocent in the same way because other innocent people were punished as well? No. So then the system is messed up.
Yes.
And so the problem here is that if Sinner has been found to be proven innocent, by all means, he's been proven innocent. And on the other hand, we also know from all the medical experts and doctors out there that this amount of negligible clostebol that was in his system will do absolutely nothing for his performance. Why do they continue to try to tarnish a player's reputation? Why do they hold these bogus and hypocritical standards for all the players like this? It's a mess. And so the problem is with the system. It's absolutely unfair to Yannick, the same way it was unfair to Simona, the same way it was unfair to all of the other players. And that needs to change. And I hope, and my silver lining from this story is, like actually Medvedev was hinting at, is that if this was changed because of Sinner, and it was changed highly likely because of his status as world number one, because of the people behind him, the resources he has, then I hope then this could change for all the other players too. And that means that we can reform this corrupt, bogus system, and we don't have to tarnish people's reputations. Another thing I want to add is that I choose to believe that Yannick is innocent, and I choose to believe that the results he showed in the time period where he was having this disgusting cloud over his head of doping, he won 7 big titles. So I think if someone is guilty I don't think they can go out on the court and hold their head high. He knows he knows he was innocent. I choose to believe he's innocent. They found him to be innocent. Stop tarnishing his reputation. Start respecting every player the same way Yannick got respected. And now I hope that Yannick will be the catalyst for reform for all the other players too. That's all I can say. And I despise that we have to talk about this drama.
You have to, like, it's, if this is used as precedent, then great. But you have to talk about this for the players before him that got treated. Simona Halep retired from tennis, Ismaeel.
Yeah.
She lost 4 years.
I'm saying the system is disgusting.
2 years.
The
Okay,
system
so
is disgusting.
this has to be talked about because
we should end unfairness to players.
Yes, and that should happen.
And these people they have reputations. They shouldn't be tarnished because of corrupt systems.
I agree. But I think this should be discussed. And at the end of the day, he is responsible for his team, is he not?
Yeah, true. Okay, I'm not saying.
Have Novak or Roger and Rafa, they stayed on tour for 20 years. They've never caught with any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, something happened. And he broke a rule. So you have to hold everyone to the standard, if that is the standard. Everything else, I agree with. But to say, no, we can't talk about them, or I don't want to talk about this.
No, I don't know. Sure, we are talking about it. But no, I'm not happy that we're talking about it. I'd rather talk about the tennis and the other amazing stories we're seeing week to week. This is not something that I believe is valuable in any sense of the word. The only thing that's valuable is that it might bring change for future players.
Well, to wrap this up, I know Ismaeel, you don't want to talk about this much, but I think I speak for all of us when I say we wish nothing but the best for Jannik Sinner, and we believe that he did not do this intentionally, and we hope it's over and done and dusted with, and we hope that this was a case to use as precedent for players to come, and they are treated fairly and equally. And I think we should end it there and see you very, very soon, Mr. Jannik Sinner. Let's hope other guys fill in the blanks.
Let's hope so. Let's hope. Okay, moving on to our one of our favorite segments, biggest winner of the week.
7 Australian Opens, 15 slams. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Ismaeel, take it away. Who's your biggest winner of the week?
Well, guys, Hamed Medjedovic is having such an incredible start to his 25 season. He was... after he won the Next Gen Finals, we thought we were going to see an imminent rise in the rankings. And
as we're seeing from Fonseca.
As we're seeing with Fonseca.
As we saw with Alcaraz and Sinner.
Yeah, we didn't see that. And he didn't go to the Australian Open. He chose to go play challengers in Portugal.
Smart move.
And what a smart move that looks like from his coach. Yeah, he's also being mentored by Djokovic. And so you have to believe that was approved by him. What an amazing start he's had. The tournament, he just took down Medvedev and Khachanov, two impressive players, and took them out back to back.
Not in the best form, but
really impressive. He looks so composed out there. His forehand is a monster. He serves incredibly well. He moves very well as well. He's gliding on the court. Really love the form I'm seeing from Medjedovic and the composure and the maturation process we're seeing. Impressive week. Fell short in the final, but really, really nice to see his up-and-coming form.
Going up against a Frenchman in France is not easy, especially a defending champion. So
no.
It wasn't easy at all. So if you look at his form in the past, like just if you go back to last season, so he has 2 ATP finals in his bag, huh? And he has it's awesome to see, but also
and he took out Haroon in the Davis Cup.
Yeah, but also that connection to Djokovic. How about that?
Yeah, I mean,
because people that don't know that backstory, let them know.
They don't know that Djokovic was supporting him financially, was supporting getting him the right coaches in place, providing him mentorship before the finally talked about how he's texting with Djokovic and he's going to see him and talk to him soon. Like, there's a close relationship there, and you love to see that knowledge and care being passed on from one generation to the next. Serbia has some nice up-and-coming players. It's going to be, they're here to stay, huh?
Most important thing you didn't add, because I like to give people their flowers when it's due. And Medjedovic's dad was talking about how Djokovic was giving them advice on what to do and do this and do that and all the different things, how to become a great player in tennis. But he told them, but Novak, how am I supposed to support him? I don't have the financial means to be able to do what you're saying. He told him, don't worry about that. He told him, only focus on making him do the things. I'm going to take care of everything financially. And Novak took care of everything financially for this man.
Amazing.
So Novak Djokovic is not only an amazing player, not only amazing human, he's also amazing support to everyone within his country. So that needs to be stated there. It's an amazing story, and as Medvedev rises, it's going to be very nice. This story is going to become more and more beautiful as he continues to grow as an amazing young player.
It's beautiful. That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Haroon, who's your biggest winner, though?
Well, let's you maybe you give us your biggest winner of the week first before I go. You give us-
Well, fine. Because Yelena Ostapenko is my biggest winner of the week. I'm not gonna. Yelena Ostapenko is my biggest winner of the week. Sorry, guys, for the mumbling. She was sensational this week, and wow. Can we just talk about the people that she beat? She beat Paolini, okay? We know Paolini. An amazing player, Grand Slam finalist multiple times. Beat Ons Jabeur, who has been playing some really good tennis to start the season. She's trying to find her way back, looking for the confidence, hungry as ever. And then taking down Iga Swiatek. The woman owns Iga Swiatek. She is now 5-0 against Iga.
Wild.
No one has 5 wins against Iga on tour. No one.
Wild.
She's 5.
Amazing.
Endo. Can you
Amazing.
imagine?
Amazing.
Yeah, she fell in the final to Amanda Anisimova, but at the end of the day, Yelena Ostapenko had an amazing week in Doha, and she's aggressive. She plays really fun tennis. She was whipping winners against Iga, and I think she's giving her nightmares. Let's see what she does in Dubai, but she's in amazing form right now.
She wasn't, huh? Coming into the tournament, she was not in amazing
At the moment,
form.
she is, though.
She's found the form.
Yeah, but to me, this was clear cut for me. Yelena Ostapenko, my biggest winner.
Awesome
Haroon,
stuff.
how about yours, my friend?
Also, well, my biggest winner of the week is Francisco Cerundolo. I have to say that the reason why he's my biggest winner of the week, also because it's just so hard just to take out your brother. You have to crush his dreams and tell him, hey man, I'm just gonna have to knife you right in the heart here. And then, but he uses that energy. He takes that power, and he doesn't let that loss go in vain. And he goes and beats Sasha Zverev to move on and then reach the final. Awesome stuff. Well done, Cerundolo. He's my biggest winner of the week. He did lose to a young baby Fonseca. So, but
Baby goat.
Well, baby goat.
I hate to use that term so loosely, but I guess so.
He's apparently the best player ever right now for Ismaeel. But
For Ismaeel, yeah. The
he's
most exciting player in all sports.
It was a good week for Cerundolo, and tough to beat his brother and then beat Zverev. But nice to
Taking down Sasha, biggest win of his life. So amazing, doing it in front of his own fans.
Yeah.
I love Cerundolo as a player. I really do like to watch him, and so I'm a fan of him. He's one of the guys I like within the top 30, and I think he's capable of being even higher because he plays good on all surfaces, by the way.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'm really high on him, even though he lost to Fonseca. Fonseca is just he's Fonseca.
Yeah.
And his forehand, Cerundolo's forehand, is wildly underrated. He can rip it.
Yeah, awesome stuff. These are all great winners this week. It was a nice win. It was a nice week filled with lots and lots of tennis. We want to move into also another cool segment, which is dudes, cool dude moment of the week.
Oh my God, so much energy in this return. I love it for my story, Rog. Oh my God.
Go on, guys. Yousef, tell me your coolest dude moment of the week.
So I have two, but I'm going to start with one, and we were just talking about this man. I want to talk about the Cerundolo brothers.
Amazing.
They were both from Buenos Aires and grew up there, and then now here they are after so many years. They're playing, both of them, Juan, the younger brother, coming into from the qualies, and Fran, obviously a seeded player, and they meet each other and they play in the ATP Buenos Aires 250. Both of them in center stage together in their hometown. They were both excited. They both tweeted about the idea. Imagine as two brothers growing up, this is what you dream of.
Amazing.
And parents in the stands to watch it. Yeah, I think it was a wholesome moment for all the sacrifice and all the pain and all the tears probably that went into losing and winning and losing and winning and the tiring practices. this was all worth it. To have this moment together, to me, that was like, we know like what it's like to do things on a high level with your brother. So to be able to do that with your younger brother and Juan with his older brother, I think it was just sensational.
What a beautiful celebration of success and of brotherhood and of
family.
Family. That's awesome. Awesome.
I have another one. Do I go or do you guys want to go first?
Well, let me go first because Grigor Dimitrov, well known as
Good guy Grigor.
Good guy Grigor. And
I love Grigor.
Face of the good guy Grigor.
I love Grigor.
Also, just everyone loves Grigor. And so he had a match in the Marseille Open, round 2. He was taking on Korda. And there was a fan in the stands who was, shall I say, handicapped, and who was supporting him the whole match, just cheering for him, giving him advice, giving him support. And what does Grigor do after the match? He climbs up into the stands, and this man, he cannot use his hands. He has some kind of syndrome. And Grigor takes his phone, takes a picture with him, hugs him, pats him. They share a lovely moment. And this is what sports is about. It's bringing people together. How classy was that from Grigor to do that? And it's just bringing people together. Oh, man, I loved it.
Grigor Dimitrov has zero hate.
Zero.
Just an amazing man.
And he's never going to get it from me.
Not from anyone. We love Grigor.
I love Grigor.
We have an award named after the man.
I love Grigor.
I love Grigor. Let me go for my last one, and that is Alexander Bublik, also in Marseille. We saw he beat Richard Gasquet in the first round match. We know Gasquet is retiring this year, so he's making the rounds at the moment. And
the last match at Marseille.
Last match, exactly, in France. And he wins the match, and he tells him at the net, I'm not going to celebrate. And then after that, which was even, to me, the cooler thing, was in the on-court interview, he's telling them, why are you guys interviewing me? Richard Gasquet's a legend, and he's like, I just want a match. That's nothing special. But this guy's retiring. Why aren't you interviewing that man? So it's nice to see that Bublik, he understood the moment. And when people understand the moment, you give them props. So Booby, he understood the moment, and he was as sincere as could be.
Booby's always genuine. Yeah. Booby's not faking it, and that's coming from his heart, and he's a classy guy. Yeah. Say what you want about Booby, he's a classy dude.
No one can say anything. Fun guy.
Fun guy.
Fun guy.
Right. Guys, well, let's move into our spicy, no spicy moment of the week.
A little bit spicy. Sorry, not as spicy at all.
Outside of the sinner stuff, Haroon, hit us with it.
Yeah, this is something that really frustrated me. I really got upset about this, which is Wawrinka not getting a wild card to play the Doha tournament, the Doha Open. What in the world is that? He's playing qualies. You're letting a 3-time Grand Slam champion to go grind in qualies. He's playing round 1 qualies. He played round 1 qualies, and then he beat Cazot. And then he played
tough player also.
He beat him. And then he played the second round of qualies, Quentin Hallis, and then he lost. Come on, man! Like you have a guy that is a legend in our sport, and he's gonna leave soon, and you're letting him just go out like that. Super like. This is really bad. Why in the world are you doing that? You're not promoting the sport. With all due respect to everybody that got the wild card. Yeah, I'm sure that's a great opportunity for you, but come on, man, this is a legendary sport. It's not like some random guy that you just want to give a free wild card. This is a legend in the sport that deserves the audience. It deserves to be appreciated. It deserves to, be seen playing tennis. You want to cherish that tennis as much as possible. Come on, man. Like, what in the world is that? Like, really, really. Really
I get your point completely, but at the same time. If we look at the stack draw that they have enough firepower. And also we do know that they gave wild cards to some like up and coming Arabs who have been playing some good tennis. Hadi Habib, we have Shelbaya from Jordan, we have another guy from Tunisia. So they decided to give a chance to some of the guys from the region, which also we want to see. So I can't bash them that much for it. I do get your point. Who doesn't want to watch Stanislas Wawrinka play tennis? He just plays beautiful tennis.
Nobody.
So I get
everybody
your point.
wants to see him. Everybody wants to see him.
Yeah. At the same time, it's a 500. It's a stacked draw. They have so many superstars there at the moment, and they decided to give wild cards to guys that they think they can give it to and maybe should get the chance.
But then are you gonna then make him grind qualies in for the rest of the year?
If he wants to play the tournament, then he's gonna have to.
That's disgusting.
I think he's gonna get more in Europe. It was different. It's a different region, so they gave it to guys that I think are more.
He won a
worthy
tournament in the region before. He won Dubai before.
I guess. I guess we agreed to disagree on that one. Smiley, do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, it's along the same lines. It's Basilashvili didn't get a wild card.
Your boy.
To Doha. Yeah,
Your
he's
boy.
my boy. You see, he's the embodiment of me because
Where's his picture?
the amount of unforced errors that Basilashvili makes, I can match that and triple it.
Can you match his power?
Definitely not. No, I can't.
Can anyone match his power?
Probably not also. Very few people can. Nadal once said he's the hardest hitting player he's ever played against. But yeah, he didn't get a wild card. Former champion and finalist in back-to-back years at Doha, and he didn't get one. So if Stanislas is not happy, well, their former champion didn't get one, and he vowed to never come back to the Doha Open.
Sad.
Yeah, it's
Never say never, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say never. What if we showed up with a bag, Nicolas? So we had a bag. But yeah, so Spicy, again, I like supporting up-and-coming players. I want to support the legends and former champions. You got some you're going to win some and lose some. It's what it is.
He's not just any legend. Yeah. He's one of the best players ever.
Haroon's back to Wawrinka. We moved over that.
Oh, you still want it?
He's still on it. He saw it. We heard you, buddy. Yeah.
Well, then, speaking of legends, we have some that are saying goodbye to us. And we have two legends that are saying goodbye to us. And I'm going to start off with my guy, my favorite player of all time. Fernando Verdasco is retiring from tennis this week in Doha.
So much energy.
If you, I feel like I can't say everything I want to say about Verdasco because we have so many other things to talk about. But if you guys can give me a few minutes here, because Fernando Verdasco was my favorite player growing up, and I loved Rafa because I was a lefty and I was a young kid and I grew up watching Rafa. But to me, Fernando Verdasco was my favorite player. Whenever I bought his outfits, and by the way, behind me you can see there are many different pictures of him. In that 2009 final against Rafa broke my heart. Semi-final in Australian Open broke my heart. But that was probably the best I've ever seen him play. Even though he came back and took revenge and beat Rafa, that was the best tournament I probably ever saw Fernando Verdasco play. And I go back every now and then and I watch those matches. That match specifically.
That's one of the top 5 matches for me all time.
To me, it's my favorite match of all time.
Amazing level of tennis.
It's my favorite match of all time. And because obviously I'm extremely biased. But Fernando Verdasco, man, I'm going to miss you. No, you haven't been on tour as of late, but it was an honor and it was a privilege. Remember, Smile, we got to see him live. Yeah. I got to see this man live.
True.
So,
he was wrecking those foreheads.
Very few people I wanted to see live, and Fernando Verdasco, my favorite player in the Paris Masters, I got to sit. He was playing in the outside courts, so we were as close as possible, and he was playing a young Andrei Rublev. And he won the match 7-6, 7-6, and he was cheering. He's obviously, this was just another day at the office for him. But to me, it was one of the days I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Fernando Verdasco, you are my favorite player, and the fact that I got to watch you live was maybe one of the highlights of my life, and you did not disappoint. We won that match 7-6, 7-6. Vamos, Fernando! And I can't wait to see how this week goes when he plays doubles with Novak Djokovic. It's just the best way to end it, to play doubles with the GOAT. I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to tune in 100%. I'm going to miss him. I loved every moment he played tennis. And can't wait to say goodbye to him this week in an awesome farewell, I hope.
It's going to be awesome, and he's such a cool player. He had so much flair. To see him go out being honored by Djokovic is the cherry on top.
Again, Djokovic being classy player.
Djokovic is a player's player. He's getting sent off. He's giving his friends the send-off they deserve. Yeah. I love it. I love how he uses his platform. Yeah.
I think the coolest thing that we know about Verdasco is that when he was taking a video of Roger while he was playing in the courts. Oh, Raj, so much energy for
so much energy. Yeah,
Raj.
So much energy. I love it for my story, Raj. That was an awesome clip.
To me, there are much more iconic things, but sure.
Farewell, Verdasco. You've been a great player and one of the hardest hitting players on tour. Amazing forehand. And
Amazing forehand.
See you on the pod soon, hopefully.
Hopefully,
I
man.
hope I get just
Hopefully.
talk to him. I cheered him on. By the way, when we were in that match, remember, he kept looking at us and we were cheering him on. I've never been that fired up. I probably never cheered you guys on in your tournaments as much as I cheered him on.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, there probably wasn't much to cheer.
That's great to hear, my brother.
I apologize. Well, Ismaeel probably loves João Fonseca more than he loves
Apology
us, so.
not accepted.
Ismaeel, we also have, who is it, my man?
Yeah, it's El Peque.
El Peque.
El Peque says goodbye in Buenos Aires in Argentina, in his home country, in his home tournament. And it was a perfect send-off. It was a magical fortnight in Argentina for Diego. And
For Argentina also.
And also for Argentina, it was a celebration of an iconic Argentinian player. You know, you wouldn't imagine the success that Diego Schwartzman had given his physical stature.
Neither did he.
But this man had a big heart and he had great tennis to match.
Yes, he did.
One of the most talented players, I think, ever, and he will go down as such. He would take the ball on the rise like I've never seen anyone ever do that before
He
because
had
of
to
his.
learn
He
it.
had to, and he was grinding and gliding across the courts. He took out a much better in-form player, physically and in form, in Nico Yari to end his career.
Imagine.
He had no hope of playing. He wasn't even practicing recently.
He wasn't even playing tennis.
He wasn't playing
He started
tennis.
playing paddle.
He was just enjoying life, and then he just got in a little bit of form before the tournament. He has not won a match since October of 2023. That's an ATP main draw match. That's how much he was struggling. Yeah. And somehow he found the guts and the courage and the tennis and the savvy to take out Yari, an amazing player, especially on clay and in front of his home fans. It was beautiful. There's the clip. I advise everyone to go watch it when he was down match point in the second match after he'd beaten Yari and the whole crowd is serenading him, is singing to him. I believe it was his father in the stands and his wife or his partner. They're all singing and crying, and the whole stadium is chanting Diego, and he's crying too. Yeah. And it's beautiful. And I felt like that's how you want to go out. You want to feel like you gave it your all. You want to feel like you're there with your loved ones, in front of your country, in front of your home, in front of your people. You did everything, Diego, that you should have done in tennis, and fantastic send-off. And just to show what kind of tennis guy he was, he lost the match. He's over. He had the retirement ceremony and everything. What was he doing the next day? He's back inside ATP Buenos Aires watching tennis. That's how he is. He's a tennis dude through and through. Fantastic. We're going to miss you, Diego. Well done. Amazing career, brother.
And just to give some light on his legendary semi-final run in Roland Garros when he had to beat Team. Yeah. That was some awesome stuff. And Team wasn't even upset.
Peak Team. Team was peaking.
Peak Team. Yeah, that was true. Peak Team.
Team. Not upset. Speaking of that, because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. He's obviously we don't know him, but the way people talk about this man, he was an amazing guy also.
Amazing.
So many different guys talked about whether it was Sinner talking about him, whether it's Team talking about him, whether it's Djokovic. And Holger Rune comes out with an amazing story saying he couldn't even afford, but he didn't have money for a meal while they were at, I don't remember which tournament. He just walked up and he paid for the meal as if it was nothing. And that was just a small example, I guess, of who Diego Schwartzman is. And the fight that this man has at that stature, like you said, no one gave him anything. No one gave him anything. He wasn't highly scouted. Nobody expected him to do anything. So many guys say when they were in juniors, they remember him, but they didn't expect him to be anything. And he came out and he became this top 10 player, Grand Slam semifinalist, won over 3 tournaments at the ATP level.
Beat Rafa on clay.
In Rome.
Imagine. Yeah. Imagine.
An iconic career. And I think it's extremely inspiring.
Amazing career for him to meet top 10. Amazing accomplishment. Yeah.
We're going to miss him, but his story lives on forever.
It does.
And people talk about
Diego.
An example, like you said, when Medvedev talks about the nice, great sportsmen, people that have great sportsmanship on tour, he gives examples of Diego and Rublev and Domi. So Schwartzman is one of the top guys that people respect, and people think he's humble. People think that he's always fair and he's just a classy guy. So yeah, he's remembered as a good person more than a player, but he was also a great player as well.
Yeah. Well, moving on to our next segment, and that is overreactions or not. And as we told you guys before, I'm going to tell you, Ismaeel Haroon, a statement, and you tell me, is this an overreaction or not?
Let's go.
First up, João Fonseca wins a big title this year. Ismaeel.
100% he will. After the form I just saw, after the maturation I can expect and the physical growth, I 100%
The maturation you can
Haroon.
expect.
How about you, Haroon?
Yeah, I think he's gonna win a big title this year. I think after he beat Rublev, I was super hyped on him. I think he could win a Masters 1000 title. It's not so far fetched.
Okay.
Not an
I guess it's a
overreaction.
unanimous, not an overreaction for me. Also, I think it could happen this year because the season's still super long, huh?
Yeah.
Then next up we have Francisco Cerundolo will reach the semis at RG. Ismaeel.
I think Cerundolo is an amazing clay court player. I think he's incredibly in form. I think he will, yes.
Haroon.
Overreaction, whether it's a question of it's overreaction, no, it's not an overreaction. Whether a question whether he will do it, I don't know. But it's not an overreaction.
No, you have to say yes or no.
Okay, I said it's not an overreaction.
I say it's an overreaction. I love Cerundolo, but I think semis is too tough. Then Alexander Zverev will not have a good clay season. Overreaction or not, Haroon?
No, it's not an overreaction. I think, maybe he's...
Because of one ATP 250 playing against... Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't think he's gonna have a great clay court season. Although he's a great clay court player, but he's super underrated as a clay courter. But I just don't think he's gonna have a great clay court season. So it's underrated.
I think the fine's still in his head. I think he lost some confidence. I think he's just gonna have a bit of a dip. It's coinciding with the clay court season. Yeah.
I do not think anything. This is complete overreaction, I believe.
Let's see.
Then how about Hugo Humbert will reach the top 10? Haroon, overreaction or not?
No, it's not an overreaction. No.
Ismaeel,
He will reach. I think he's maturing enough. I think he'll do it.
not an overreaction?
Not an overreaction.
Yeah, I say not an overreaction. He's at 14 at the moment. And how about this one? Daniil Medvedev will leave the top 10. Haroon.
No, big overreaction. Come on, man. This is a beast. He's gonna find a way to make up for some points. This is an overreaction. He's not gonna leave the top 10.
Ismaeel.
No, I don't think he's gonna leave the top 10. I'm not gonna lose belief in Medi just yet.
Me neither.
You copying all my
Last
picks?
but not least, Fritz will leave the top 10. Overreaction or not, Ismaeel?
No, I don't think he'll leave the top 10
He's
either.
in the top 4 somehow.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna leave the top 10.
Haroon.
No, he's not. He's not gonna leave the top 10. Overreaction hard. This guy's mentally a beast. He's elite already. He's gonna perform well in slims. So no, overreaction.
Yeah, definitely. Overreaction for me too. That's it for overreactions or not, guys.
Well, guys, in other interesting news in the tennis world, we have to keep you posted. We now know that Murray will continue coaching Djokovic up until Wimbledon.
Yes.
Awesome news.
Yeah.
I think we expected it. It was a positive run so far.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how that plays out in the Grand Slams, especially.
Yeah. That win over Alcaraz changed everything. I think it was a successful Australian Open, and you rarely hear that from Novak Djokovic when he makes it to the quarterfinal of a semifinal of a Grand Slam.
Yeah.
But I think that win meant so much to him, and it meant so much to them as a partnership. So I love it. I loved it, and I can't wait to see it for a few more months. He's not going to be there, I think, in Doha, but he's going to be there for the Sunshine Double.
That's going to be awesome.
And Novak's playing Miami and Indian Wells.
Baller stuff.
Thank you, God. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So that's going to be so fun to watch. In other news, guys, we like to keep it honest with you, where we were right and where we were wrong. Haroon, congrats. You were correct on Humbert. You had Humbert winning
I was going to
Marseille.
take him
Once
with you, but I said
again.
no to
Once again.
Yeah. It was a logical pick.
Oh,
Haroon
really?
is so far leading in the standings. So far, he's in the lead. He has 5 correct picks. Yousef, you are so far over. I have 3 at the moment. So let's see how this plays out towards the end of the year. Where we were wrong, well, me and you, we both had Fritz. You had Zverev. I had Holger. I also had Medvedev. That didn't work out for any of us.
I need to up my game. I have no idea what to do.
You have a chance right now. You have a chance to up it right now in the coming segment. Do it. Go for it.
You can just copy me. Copy whatever I pick.
I don't. Then I can't get the advantage.
To be fair to you and me, we both take fun picks.
Yeah.
Haroon's going with the number 1 seed for 90%.
It's pick the person that's gonna win, not pick a fun pick. Pick
Congrats
who's
to
gonna
you.
win.
Congrats to you.
Who do you got to
Congrats
win?
to
It's
you.
called who do you got to win.
It's
Not
much more fun for me in the end.
Yeah.
If I get one right, but it's a fun pick, and but you get 5 right,
The
but
value in your picks, Haroon, are not valuable.
that's great. Then you're the one, you're losing. I'm winning. Pick the correct person
actually,
that's
we're
gonna
winning,
win.
brother.
Yeah.
Let's make some right now. Let's make
Numbers
some right
don't
now.
lie, my
we
friends.
have the absolutely stacked Doha 500. everyone is playing this. We have Carlitos, we have Djokovic, we have Medi, we have Rublev. Who's not there? Even Yannick Sinner was supposed to be there before the suspension. So I need your picks. Ismaeel, who you got in Doha?
Yeah, well, I regretted it with every cell in my being for not backing him in the Australian Open, and I'm never doing it again. I'm taking Djokovic for Doha, even though he's probably going for marketing and to have a hangout with Verdasco. I am taking him to win the title.
And this is Qatar Airways is a sponsor. Haroon, who do you have?
I'm picking the one and only the beast Alcaraz. He just won a tournament in Indoor Hard. I think he's gonna also continue winning the tournaments. Alcaraz, the beast himself. Can't go against Alcaraz right now. That's my pick.
You know, Haroon, how we always talk about when you lose a close match or a close game, that team that just lost usually comes back and they win. I'm on your team too. Carlos Alcaraz wins this tournament.
Let's go.
I love to see this because you guys bashed me for taking Alcaraz over Djokovic,
slams.
and now you're taking Alcaraz over
slams.
Djokovic.
In
I love
slams.
it. It's going to be
In
so
slams.
glorious when Djokovic beats him in the semis.
Djokovic doesn't
It's
care
gonna be
about this
glorious.
tournament.
God, please grant me this victory over them.
Djokovic doesn't care about this
we got
tournament.
over you
my
in
friend.
Australia. Yeah. Well, next up we have the Rio 500, and guess what? João Fonseca's finally playing at home. With Brazil.
Vamos aqui.
Who wins? Haroon, who wins?
I'm picking Sasha Zverev to win this one. I think it's he's gonna probably face Fonseca on his way, and I think he's gonna beat Fonseca. Sasha Zverev for the win, baby.
Ismaeel, oh my God. Do we even have to ask you? But fine.
No, you don't have to ask me, my brother, but please ask me because I know who I'm going with. I'm taking the man himself, João Fonseca. I'm probably betting he's going to be fatigued, and his road to the title is rough. But I'm not going to bet against this man in his home country. No, I'm not. I'm not crazy.
Oh, it hurts me to see you super hyped about this guy, but I'm also going to pick João Fonseca.
Yes.
Like he just won a tournament in the toughest crowd he could have in Buenos Aires. It's going to be a bit tougher, but João Fonseca in Rio de Janeiro.
Yay, João.
I think it's going to happen too.
Wow, João.
Last but not least, back-to-back WTA 1000s. This time we're in Dubai, Habibi. Who wins, Haroon, in Dubai?
I'm picking the Tiger. Sabalenka.
Another number 1 seed, Haroon's picking.
Good job.
It's pick the correct person that's gonna win. If you,
Pick the 1 seed.
you're welcome to pick him as well. You're welcome to pick
Go,
whoever
Smite,
you
go,
want to
Smite.
pick,
We don't
my
have
friend.
anything.
100%.
You're
I'm
just
taking
salty.
Coco
You're just
Gauff.
salty.
She had an amazing start to the season. She just got unlucky in Australia. I'm taking Coco Gauff for the title, baby.
Wow, so fun, so risky.
So he thinks he's risky when he takes a CD2 Haroon.
Seed 3.
Whoa, former Grand Slam champion. Whoa.
He's just taking the 1 seed everywhere he goes. I take 1 seed.
Well, look at me. I'm an offer, and why? Because I'm making the picks I'm about to make. I'm taking Karolina Muchova to win this tournament. Is she the most talented player in tennis? Maybe. On the women's tour? 1,000%. I need her to win a big title for me, and I also need her to win a slam. But let's win this one first. Karolina Muchova for the WTA 1000 in Dubai.
Awesome. Great pick.
Good pick.
Great
Nice,
pick.
nice.
Guys.
No, wait,
that
no,
wraps
wait.
it up.
You said
Whoa,
I only
wait.
picked the one seed.
Yeah,
I
something
picked
to say.
Madison Keys to win the Australian Open. Australian
no,
Open.
that was your
Where
dark
were
horse.
you?
Dark horse.
Where were
And
you?
you stole it from me, and
I
I
picked
changed
it.
my pick.
Oh,
to
stole it
accommodate
from you.
to make
Stole
it
it
more
from you,
spicy
liar.
For
Stole it
everyone
from you,
else
liar.
watching at
I
home.
picked
You're
Madison
welcome.
Keys.
That's
I
why
picked
took
Madison
Kudrmatova.
Keys.
I would have taken Madison Keys as well.
You picked
the most
Alcaraz.
informed
You picked
player at the
Alcaraz
time.
and he lost to
Well
Djokovic.
done.
You picked
You
Alcaraz and
Madison.
he lost to
This is
Djokovic.
turning into
Alcaraz and he lost to
Yeah.
Djokovic. Alcaraz and he lost to Djokovic.
It's okay. Guys, tune in here every week. You'll see Haroon pick the number 1 seed for each tournament. Subscribe and get weekly updates on what's happening in the tennis world. See you next week.
See you guys next week. Hopefully I get some wins. Please.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night.
Very good night.